Moviefinder.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, Doctor.
Salam.
Today, me and group member from Group 9 will present about Moviefinder. First, let me introduce my group member. First is Muhammad AIZAT bin DAZUKI, Ahmad FAIRUZ IDHAM bin ZULKIFLI, Muhammad AMIRUL Asyraf bin ZULKIFLI, Nur Anis HILMA binti Muhammad ROZAIMI, and me, Nur DAMIA binti NUZULLUDIN. Next. Okay, Moviefinder is a website that provides movie information. This website contains official movie poster, year the movie was published, and also the synopsis of the movie. Moviefinder also contains the facts from the movie, such as genre, director, producer, writer, release date, and IMDb rating. Next. Okay, for web service is standard spreading communication throughout the World Wide Web between client and server. A web service is software module to perform particular task or the interaction rule act upon the web service artifact. Web service architecture role is service provider is the host of web server. Service requester is retrieve service location. Service registry is obtained by the information. For web service architecture operation, content publish, find and bind. For publish is publish service location. Find it will retrieve the service location. For bind is bind the information. For web service architecture artifact, it contains service and service location. For service location, it interface for service location and the information of the service location is information on the service and implementation of the service. I will pass the presentation to Anis Hilma. Thank you.
Okay, for our web service design, we choose to implement representational state transfer RESTful since it is easier to create, maintain, and scalable than the other web service. REST is an architecture style that defines a set of constraints for creating web APIs. These are the 5 constraints that was present in the application. The client-server architecture allows a clear separation of concern. The client is responsible for requesting and displaying the data while the server is taking care of the data storage and application logic. One advantage is that both sides can be developed separately as long as the agreed upon request format is followed. Second is communication between client and server is stateless. This means that every client request contains all the information necessary for the server to process the request. This further reduces server complexity since no global state other than a possibly shared database is necessary and improve scalability since any request can be processed by any server. The third one is stateless client-server communication can increase server load since some information may have to be transferred several times, so requests that only retrieve data should be cacheable. The layer system is a key feature of most network systems. In the context of REST, it means that the client cannot necessarily tell if it is directly communicating with the server or an intermediate. The last one is REST defines a set of well-defined operations that can be executed on a resource. So the interface will be uniform. Okay, next. As a conclusion, Moviefinder is a simple system that enables the user to search any kind of movies information. By consuming a RESTful API, system will be able to provide the information needed by the user. Moviefinder also implement a RESTful architecture style to make it easier to use. Now I pass to AIZAT to give a demonstration and explain the implementation in our website.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to Dr. Aziz and friends. So now I would like to show the implementation of service provider and also service client. So first, this is the service provider, which how we implement our API. So the first thing is our model class, which consists of all the attributes that contain in our API. So these attributes we will display in our API, and then to display we use method to string. And then this is the interface class, which consists of method declaration, and the implementation we implement in the movie.o implementation class, which implement the CRUD operation, such as we can see that get is retrieve, get our movies, get movie by ID, create is post, update is put, and then lastly delete is delete. And then lastly is the controller. In the controller, we define how to call our API by /movies, and then these are the retrieve method, get method. We are using get mapping to retrieve all the movies contained in our API, and also /parameter ID to retrieve the specific movie by ID. And then post mapping to create a new movie, put mapping to update a movie, and then lastly delete mapping to delete a movie by specifying the movie ID. And then after we complete the implementation of our API, we deploy it on AWS, and then we get the link. And then during the API implementation, in the search bar here, we use the localhost to test the endpoint. And then after we deploy our API, we use our new URL for the API. And then we can see that these are the get, post, put, and delete. So to retrieve all the movies that contain in our API, we send the get request. And then we can see that all the movies that contain in our API. Also, we can by
do
ID.
you have your client? Can you run it from client so you don't have to see all the details of the code?
Oh, okay, Doctor. After this, I will show the client.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show the
So
client.
this is the okay. So this is how we consume. This is how we consume. Yes. So
this is the get. How to show
this
your
get all
other group.
movies. Here that
Okay.
here is get all movie, and then you can see that movie has view movie, and then when we click the view movie on the Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It, and then it will display the data or the details about the movie. Before this, we use MovieDB API from Rapid API. It does not provide the movie trailer, so for the project 2, we decided to put the movie trailer, and then we can see. Okay, also it will display the movie trailer, the title, year, the plot, the poster, also from the API, and lastly the other information. Okay. So when we click to the Avengers Endgame, so the same with this.
It's the same. So what about other? If you want to do other command, other group.
Okay, other group. Okay, I will show you. Let see if we post a new movie. Okay, I already put the value in the parameter. So the parameter is ID5 and the title is Jurassic World. So here we cannot see because I not send the post method yet, post request yet. So when I post the post request, that means I insert a new movie. Okay, show the status, movie successfully added. And then when we refresh, we can see that new movie, Jurassic World. And then when we view movie, display the details about the movie. Also, when we delete the movie ID file, which is the Jurassic World that we add just now. Also, it shows the status, movie successfully deleted. and then here the movie is deleted. And then when we would like to update the movie, such as I would like to update movie ID to Fast and Furious 6. Send the put request. And then here we can see that it is updated. It is updated. So this is how we consume our API and perform the CRUD operation.
Actually, it would be good if you
Okay,
do if you all can do the update everything from your client side. So your client
so
just
we
not
provide the
consuming.
interface for the
Yeah. Should be that way. Or otherwise, all the time you have to go into the detail of the system. For example, if you want to do booking, isn't it? The client do the booking or change the date or whatever form the data, isn't it? Okay, thank you very much. Group 10. Do we finish,
Right,
Group
thank you.
9?
Yes, already finished. Thank you, Dr.
Okay, thank you. Group 10.